Hit me, please. Oh, we're good. We're clear. And there you guys go. 700. Over 700 miles per hour, dude.
If recent times have shown us anything in the video game world, it's that gamers aren't just looking for the next big game to play, but also they're looking for the next big game to play with friends. Look at titles like Among Us, Fall Guys, and more titles that have become fan favorites recently, and you see that they're truly all about just getting together with friends and having a ball. So the real question is, what other games should you be going to find right now to play with others? Allow us to show you the top 10 best Roblox games to play with friends. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 10, Adopt Me. Adopt Me is the perfect title for those who want their friends to wait on them hand and foot. The game revolves around players having to be responsible for the livelihood of their pets and others on the server. In doing so, they will raise the funds necessary to upgrade parts of their home and even their fashion style to flaunt to others. At first, this may not be something that you think is fun to play, but it's the uniqueness that really drives the gameplay. This isn't just about working together, it's about making sure one takes care of all, a very unique twist that comes with all sorts of duties and timing. Not to mention, who doesn't like doing well and upgrading what they have? That right there is just part of the fun. Sure, it is an atypical title, but that just makes it all the more fun when you try it out, so go and give it a try. Number 9, Anime Fight Simulator. Likely the best competitive open world game in Roblox, Anime Fighting Simulator will have you and your friends create avatars based on actual anime characters and then complete missions and boss battles for XP. Although it's not all about co-op gameplay. Once members of your squad are strong enough, they will challenge you to brutal fights that will certainly get intense. Now there's a lot to like about this title, not the least of which is that it's an anime game without having to be a full anime title. And let's face it, there are plenty of anime games out there in the world that do the same things over and over again. But with this one, you're creating your avatar in the world of anime, based on classics like Goku, Naruto, Luffy, etc., and then having fun with your friends as you do battles against others and against each other. You know, just like an anime. This scratches a lot of issues and thus should definitely be something that you try out for yourself. Number 8, Hide and Seek Transform. A hide and seek game with a progression system? Now that is definitely a new one in terms of gaming, and what are games but fresh takes on classic things that you can't help but play. Hide and Seek Transform encourages players to level up and unlock more items for disguises to use. Invite your friends and have 3 of them be the seekers. They'll then have 180 seconds in one of many locations to hunt down the 12 transformed players. It's a pretty tough feat to accomplish, but it is an adrenaline rush when a seeker finally catches all of their friends who are with them. Unlike certain other titles that we've shown you so far, this game is perfect for those of the Among Us or Fall Guys crowd. Because there are clear directives that you have to do, and with time not on your side, you're either going to barely win or fail spectacularly. Plus, with the games only being 3 minutes long, that ensures a quick turnaround and a desire to just do one more. Number 7, Jailbreak. There isn't a main objective for you to complete in Jailbreak, and that's why you'll like it as you play it. This nonsensical game centers around your friends overseeing your stay in jail. However, there may be a dirty cop amongst the ranks that will release you to ensure your continued bank robbing stint. If you do see freedom, watch your back, for when the boys in blue come for you. Freedom is something that many gamers want in their titles, and this is exactly that. You can easily focus on the jail elements and just have fun with those. Or you can go and take it to the world outside to see where that will lead you. You can set your own goals and desires in terms of balancing the two. It's a complete experience. They clearly want you to test the boundaries and see what is best in your eyes, and that is pretty cool. As many games won't want you to do that for, well, one reason or another. Number 6, Murder Mystery 2. Who doesn't love a good murder mystery? No, seriously, who doesn't love them? Murder Mystery 2 throws you, your friends, and some strangers into a quiet little town with a slow rise in murder. In the 12-player lobby, one person will be assigned the role of murderer, and another will play as an armed cop to work with all citizens to capture this vicious serial killer. Be careful, as one player in the chat may be lying to the community in order to continue their deadly streak. If this sounds familiar, well, that's because it's very much in the style of Among Us, but the catch is that you're actively trying to catch the killer versus waiting for another body to be found in order to vote them out of a ship. This will take a coordination and trust in order to stay alive. Do you think you and your friends can handle it? Number 5, Natural Disaster. Natural Disaster is outstanding for those who mainly play Battle Royale titles like Fortnite, PUBG, and so on. But there's a twist with this game, as you won't be fighting others. Instead, you and your friends will work together to find the perfect hiding place to dodge the ravenous sandstorms, meteors, and tornadoes that invade the small island that you spawn on. It may seem like a simple task, but you'll soon find out that these disasters are much tougher to deal with than you may think. Not to mention, if you choose wrong, you are going to be going for a ride in the waves. Plus, this will shake up the Battle Royale formula for you, as you're not trying to survive everyone else, it's everyone else coming together to survive the elements. It's the little things that make the difference. Number 4, Phantom Forces. This first-person shooter is very close to hitting 1 billion page visits, and it surely deserves that milestone. There are many other team-centric gun games, but there's no other that quite nails the shooting of prime console games like Phantom Forces. You can either play with or against friends, but you'll need the best on your friends list for this highly competitive title. Now, yeah, there are plenty of big shooter titles on PC and consoles right now, including the new Call of Duty game, but this is a perfect way to just focus on the gameplay and change things up versus just having that same old routine, which in the gaming world, is something we all need. Number 3, Rowville. Rowville is slowly becoming the most popular simulator in Roblox, meaning that it's fantastic to go and play with your friends. Unlike Adopt Me, Rowville is a complex life simulator that takes into account your own personal health and your career. If you do succeed in both of these, you can spend wildly and buy luxurious mansions, or invest your cash to ensure you're the wealthiest on the server. It's basically their version of The Sims, but with even more depth, and that right there is really saying something. So go grab some friends and see who can be living first class by the time you're done. Number 2, Super Golf. Sometimes you need a break from your avatar, and Super Golf greatly fulfills that need. Here you will take control of one gravity-defying golf ball, racing to the end of holes against each other. As each world is in the shape of a miniature golf course, there are plenty of frustrating windmills and revolving doors that will either be in favor of you or your rival. Sports games like these are a true classic, and playing it against your friends to see who is the best of the bunch, well, also a classic. Sports are eternal, so why not see how good you are on the greens? Number 1, Vehicle Simulator. As you can tell, Roblox tries to go and embody the style of various gaming genres, and then at times they like to see if they can push the boundaries and be better than those that they're based on. Vehicle Simulator undoubtedly succeeds in the latter. Its map is larger than those from most major racing games, especially ones on mobile app stores. The mainstay is its ridiculously massive collection of muscle cars. Plus, of course, there is the multiplayer element that'll have you and your friends racing around town in order to win and get more cash to buy more cars. So strap in and put the pedal to the metal. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at video games that you can go and get right now that would be perfect for gaming with friends? Do you already have some of the titles listed here? Do you think you're going to go and pick some of these up now that you know about them? Which ones do you feel should be on the list but aren't? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.